Hi everybody, I'm Uzay, and today I'm going to talk about what metahuman DNA is. Today I'm going to talk about 4 metahuman terms. First one is mesh to metahuman, second one is metahuman FBX files, third one is metahuman DNA, and fourth one is DNA calibration. If you are planning to create custom metahumans and work with it, even though it is not a must to use DNAs for your character, you should definitely use it. The only way that you get the best results are from DNA and DNA calibration files. Metahumans have thousands of attributes and working them is hard unless you have a specific tool. It is important to know the process behind creating custom metahumans to choose right workflow for you. There are few workflows that can customize metahumans, but every workflow has its own benefits or disadvantages. Let's talk about the base workflow of metahumans, which is mesh to metahuman. Mesh to metahuman is provided by Epic Games itself and has very good features such as automatic topology and metahuman creator support. Well, in my opinion, automatic topology is the best thing for the mesh to metahuman, but somehow it only recreates the mesh with average shapes to the custom version. So at the end, the created mesh is not your shape. It is a similar shape. The other thing is it only fits the joints, but doesn't affect on the joint movement range. So that some problems are occurring in eyes or mouth area, such as eyes may not closing completely. One other thing is it only transfers the face and morphs the neck and shoulder area to original metahuman, which really limits the process. Finally, its calculations of blend shapes are different than DNA calibration codes, but not in a good way, unfortunately. Probably they will fix those issues in next updates, but for now, it's not the workflow that I would choose. We have other choices as well, but the most accurate result is come from DNA and DNA calibration files. Let's discuss about why Metapipe uses FBX, DNA, and DNA calibration files to create custom characters. First of all, we need to understand what is DNA and what is it for. DNA is a file that holds some of the metahuman informations. Basically, it is a file to transfer some attributes that FBX is not able to. FBX files can export meshes, skeletons, skinnings, and more, but cannot export every Maya feature as a file. DNA files are also used inside Maya scenes because it has some algorithm and not sure, but I guess it has machine learning algorithms for blend shapes. Also, it provides some encrypted complex connections. So DNA files provides connections both for Maya and Unreal. There are 5 connection types that DNA holds. Those connections are including joint movements or positions, joint rotations, joint scales, blend shapes, and texture connections. So that means if you have a DNA file, it doesn't have the mesh itself, so all the change to the mesh is not affecting the DNA. So that means if you have a DNA file, it doesn't have the mesh itself. So all the change to the mesh is not affecting the DNA. DNA file only provides the joint data and the complex connections. When you import your DNA inside Unreal, it will only change your joint's position, create connections, and not affect any of those mesh or rig information. That means once you create your DNA file with correct information, you can make change to the mesh. For example, you can change your teeth mesh completely. You can edit skinning data. You can change the topology of meshes, but not all of them. Topology change is possible, but if your meshes have blend shapes with connections, you need to have some technical knowledge to transfer them with connections as well. That's why it's hard to change metahuman head mesh topology because it has 700 blend shapes with locked connections to the DNA. Just check if there is any blend shapes on it. If not, you can change that mesh easily. But all the changes should be done after you have modified DNA. So let's talk about DNA calibration tools. DNA calibration is an official Python code to modify DNA files inside Maya provided by Epic Games. It is currently only working with Maya 2022 and Maya 2023. So if you want to work with DNA calibration, you must have Autodesk Maya. I think they will update to Maya 2024 as well, but not sure about the other softwares. So why you should use DNA calibration codes? DNA calibration codes can read and write on the DNA files and has an algorithm that rebuilds the facial rig. One of the most important things on DNA calibration tool is modifying the custom expressions in very high accuracy according to the new mesh. I am not sure, but I guess it has some machine learning algorithms that calculates all the blend shapes accurately to the new mesh. And probably you won't have that much high accuracy without using DNA calibration tools. Metapipe works with DNA calibration tools and it has two stages. Some of you may know. First one is creating the DNA and the second stage is after modified DNA. As we talked before, DNA holds the connections and joint data, so in creating the DNA process, we are focusing on move the joints to the correct places. Also, because DNA calibration recalculates all of the Metahuman meshes, we make sure our chains to the meshes without changing any skinning, topology, or UV data. DNA calibration recreates the meshes and only takes vertex position changes. After modified DNA process, now we have a DNA file and a scene. From now on, we are free to change everything that is not inside DNA information. Do you want to add a hair? You can. Do you want to add clothes? You can. Do you want to change eye topology or UVs? You can. You can even change the body as well, but the rigging work is on your side. Without touching connections and head joints, you can do anything you want. In conclusion, it's important to know files' responsibilities to customize your character and use the workflow effectively. Let's remember again, FBX file for meshes, skinning data, skeletons, and blend shapes. DNA is for joints data and connections of attributes. DNA calibration is a code provided by Epic Games that make you able to change DNAs and recalculate customized meshes. You can try this process with Metapipe free version as well. Also, please check if you don't know about Metapipe tool. It gives you full control on changing Metahumans and takes 5 to 15 minutes to create a single character. Hope it will help you and hope you like those informations. Please like, share, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask inside comments. And also, if you think that I did some mistakes inside the information, again, please let me know. Good luck with your Metahumans and bye.